on the beat.
Welcome to the greatest podcast. Go argue with your mama.
Hello.
It's 2Mooresinapod starring Marcus and Deanna. You might just hear some drama. We all a little off kilter.
Right.
But what you ain't gonna find around this bitch here is a filter. So put the kids to bed before you get comfy and cozy. This is rated MA, mature audiences only.
Good night.
We keep it real, especially in a room full of phonies. From the mill to a mill, get in tune with my homies. The Moors. I got some peoples from the Ville y'all should listen to. The Moors. They provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the Ville y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview. I got some peoples from the Ville y'all should listen to. They provide that real that'll get you through. I got some peoples from the Ville y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get an interview.
Hey,
What's up?
how goes it?
Oh, it's going.
Well, it's typical Monday, man.
This headphone mess up my hair.
They do it.
Yeah.
Girl, you still look good. Chill
Yeah,
out.
when we cut it all off when I get ready to do the show.
I mean, if you want to look like Sinead O'Connor,
Is that okay with you?
uh,
Is that me being a top tier woman? Would I be a top tier woman with a bald head?
you can be a top tier woman with a bald head
Okay, period,
because a
then,
top tier woman should not be defined by the looks. But we'll get into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Happy Monday, honey.
Dude, when I tell you it's been a Monday,
Yeah.
it has been a Monday. Man. So yes, definitely been a Monday. Check the comment sections. The link is posted. If anybody's brave enough to join this conversation tonight, how do you define a top tier man or woman? Feel free to hit that link and join and have a conversation with us tonight. But shout out the Knicks. Man, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
2-0. They went to San Antonio and dropped them twice in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Poncho, I see you in the comments, boy. Copy and paste that link. You need to come on tonight because I want to hear what you got to say, and we will get you added because I want to hear what you got to say for real. But yeah, man, they went to San Antonio and beat them twice. You
That's
know,
wild.
no team has ever lost the first two home games in a playoff series and still won the series.
I can believe that.
Yeah, because when you lose your first two games at home,
And those are usually you gotta at least win one.
you
at
gotta,
home.
yeah, and here's the thing: some teams, especially at home,
Yeah,
like
you perform better.
Yeah.
Statistically, you're gonna perform better at home. If you can't clinch one at home, just
yeah,
you're packing it up.
it's set up for the home team to win the series because, of course, it's a 7-game series.
Yeah.
First 2 games are at home, second 2 games are on the road, and then you go back, and then game 7 will be at home.
Yeah.
But with you already losing the first 2 games at home, mathematically, you're behind.
Cold in here.
Cry me a river. It's cold in here, but this is why I sit all day to work.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, so for the people who was expecting Brandy Smith tonight, unfortunately, she will not be on the show with us tonight. She had an emergency come up. But we will get Brandy on here next time for sure. Happy belated birthday to my boy Poncho. Doing big things, man. I wish we didn't have some already planned because we would have definitely been up there and celebrated the birthday.
Man, he was
with him,
trying to get himself alcohol poisoning for
Man,
his birthday.
You see what he was doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. He thought he was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah. Hey, you're a brave one.
Man. All right. So let's get into this. How do you define a top tier man or woman? And as the lady of the house, I want to turn it over to you and see what you think about that.
I guess the first question I have is like, what does that even mean? What is a top tier man or woman? Like, where did that phrase come from? Because I can tell you where I first heard it, but when you hear that, what are people asking?
Honestly, I think so when you talk about in a debate,
Mm-hmm.
I think top tier man or woman is going to be a opinion. You can't really define a top tier man or woman. I think that's all going to be opinion based.
Yeah, from like a personal perspective.
Yeah, so that's what that is. So
The first time I heard it was when I was listening to Kevin Samuel.
okay,
But what really got me excited about us talking about it again is an old clip. I forgot the guy's name, but it was like the dude that does like Ace Metaphor, the dude who does the panel of influencers. He did a discussion, and it was this black guy with braids and this black woman kind of going back and forth because he defined himself as a top tier man, and these were the things that he ran down. He's over 6 feet. He makes over $100,000, and that alone, those two things alone, make him a top tier man. And so the woman was saying, just the way you speaking, you, in my definition, I would never consider you a top tier man.
yeah,
It's not about what you got, and it's about how you carry yourself. So I say all that to say it is absolutely a personal perspective on how you define top tier. Really, anything.
yeah. So
You want to know? You want to know why?
Yes.
Okay, you want me to finally answer the question?
Yes.
For a man or a woman, which one? Which gender would you like for me to tackle
You need
first?
to answer for a woman. You not, you know what I'm saying? You need to answer for you're a woman, right?
Last time I checked.
Okay. You know what? I see where you're going there. Yeah. Describe it for both. Tell me what you feel a top tier woman is and what you feel a top tier man is.
The reason I ask is because a lot of times women want to tell men what they looking for, and vice versa. So that's why I asked your question. But yeah,
that's why I said I see where you're going.
So for a man, top tier man, in my opinion, is someone who is ambitious, someone who is emotionally intelligent, someone who has their emotions regulated, someone who has conviction. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This might not make nobody else's list, but I don't want to. No, man, that's boring. So you like a good quality to me is having a good personality, and then honest. That's my list of top tier. I'm not gonna say I said ambitious because you don't have to be rich to be considered top tier, in my opinion, but you also can't be a bum. But like people go through shit. So if you down, there's a time limit on how long you down.
Yeah.
And that's where your ambition kicks in.
Yeah. Now, I think that speaking for a man, so on a man, like here's what I think a woman would like, right? I think someone that can make her laugh. So, like you said, somebody with some personality. I think somebody that cares and they're okay with showing that they care. I think that stability. Like you said, you don't got to be rich, but you got to be stable, right? You got to have some type of stability to where people can depend on you. Like, you know, you ain't got to do it all, but if I need you, depend on you, right? Top tier to me is not bringing any drama. Like, of course, you're never gonna be perfect in the world and things of that nature, but I don't want to bring drama someone's way. Like, there's 101 things that we're gonna argue about already. I don't want to bring drama to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'll say this. I think, and I'm not saying that this the end all be all, but I think a top tier man has to be family oriented. Like,
why you say that?
I think that if when you have been when you're family oriented, like, and you can love your family the way you love your family, it teaches you love. It teaches you how to be that person. And I'm not saying that if you don't love your family that you can't love other people, but I am saying that it teaches you love. The first thing you normally, and of course it's not everybody, but the first people that you normally love are your family members, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers. That's the first people, and so that builds it right then and there.
So if a man does not have a solid relationship with his family, should that be a red flag?
Yes and no. Yes, because why?
Mm-hmm.
And no, because sometimes people are put in fucked up positions that is out of their control, and they can't help that. So you can't hold them
accountable for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, for a woman, top tier woman, shut the fuck up.
Ooh.
For a second, if they can, if that's possible. You know what? Has ambition, like you said. God fearing. You know, looks are great, but I think we're not going to say looks. We're going to say how she carries herself. Because you don't have to be a dime to carry yourself well. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you can have some you can have some charisma about yourself without looking like Deanna or Beyonce or Cardi or any other of these pretty bitches that everybody's talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, what would you say is a misconception most people have of a top tier man or woman?
I mean, one, the first thing I want to say is looks was not at the very top of either one of our lists.
Yeah.
And so I would say that's either a misconception or people not being honest that is not high on their list. I would also say, from my perspective, top tier man, some of the qualities that women look for in a top tier man doesn't align with the things that they say they want. So let's just say if I'm a woman who says, oh, a top tier man, he a millionaire. I want me a millionaire. But then you also want your man to be faithful. And I'm not saying that those two can't coexist. I'm going to say that there's some challenges there. Like there has to be, that's a red herring. What's the saying?
I know there's a fallacy, but I don't know.
Anyway, that's like a diamond. That's like a, I don't know how much it exists.
Yeah. I do appreciate you for saying that, because I don't know a lot of women that would say, I want a millionaire, but he's just gonna be faithful, and you're like you're connecting those two, like, to be like, maybe or maybe not. Because most women want a tall, dark, handsome man that make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And when you want that, and that's fine what you want.
All that, like, yeah.
But then when he's not faithful, you know, and not saying that you can't be tall, dark, and handsome with a lot of money and not be faithful.
Yeah,
but
they exist.
Yeah, but you plan the percentages. So, and I'm gonna tell you why looks didn't make my. I think that back in the day, when you thought like a child, that's a child's answer to me. And let me be clear. You got to be attracted to your woman. You have to be. If you're not attracted to your woman, then there's no way you can be with your woman. Is that a fair statement to you, or do you see that differently?
No, I agree.
Oh, okay. Because if you're not attracted to your woman, it's not gonna work. It's just not. If you can't come home and lay in the bed with your woman and be like, hell yeah, I'm about to tear that ass up, it's not gonna work. You have to be attracted to your woman. Like I don't
all the time.
How do you fall out of attraction with your woman?
She might gain weight. She might something might happen. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But I mean in extreme cases,
yeah,
I think that could be possible. But little things like, well, I don't want to belittle them, but things like, all right, my wife picked up a little bit of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if that's just gonna make me fall out of attraction. Now, I mean, if you start looking like Cal from Sanford and Son,
that ain't your thing.
That might be a little bit tougher, but I think you would see these things as they progress, and then at that time, like, what are you doing to really back in before we get to that point?
That's fair.
You know,
okay.
So I'm not gonna say that, but got to be attracted to your woman. But I think women, yeah, I'm gonna say women because I was trying to think about it from a man's perspective, but I'm gonna say women tend to put a lot of value in monetary things, money. He's top tier if he make money. He top tier if he make money. But if he treats you like shit, then what is it? Right? But money. That is not how you define a man or a woman. It's a characteristic.
Yeah.
It can help.
Yeah.
But it's not. If money is your end all be all, you're gonna get fucked every time. Because there's other bitches that think the same way, and that nigga gonna get that same bitch the same money.
Yeah, I think so. Is that one of your misconceptions or just a point that you're making?
I think that's a misconception that just because he's successful and makes money, that he's a top tier man.
Yeah, I think but that goes back to like your own personal preference, because some women might think that is it, and you don't have to treat me good as long as you breaking bread, and that's where I think a misconception comes in, because just because I'm rich and I got money don't mean I'm breaking bread with you.
Yeah.
Look at 50 Cent. So 50 Cent's dating life has been on display several times. Like one time him and a girl broke up, and she said he never spent any money on her, like buying her gifts and things. He would take her out, and the one thing he did buy her, which was a wig, he wanted it back after they broke up.
But 50 petty.
Petty from like entertainment. I would be thinking that it would be different from a personal perspective. He petty because it has helped fuel his career. He gets a lot of attention online. Yeah. But in your own personal life, like, dang, you like that too? Yeah. You gonna take the girl wig back? But
let's be real though. Does 50 need that girl wig back? What is he gonna do with the wig?
No, the point that I was making is not all rich men are willing to break bread with you.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's about the thing to, like, not willing to break bread. 50, that money, he's probably willing to break bread. But when they broke up, now he want to be a petty ass
She
man.
said he didn't spend a dime on her the whole time they was together. That's what she said. Now, of course, she could be lying.
Yeah, and I'll say this: if I'm rich, I do need to figure out what you about first.
Yeah, I'm gonna be selective about how I ain't just gonna be throwing my money around.
Hell no, like you might just want me from a paper. That's how I know you love me.
Why?
I ain't got no paper. And if I get a little bit of paper, it's gonna be in a car.
You ain't lying.
So
you ain't ever lied about that, boy.
Ain't got no extra money to be thrown around. So yeah, and I think, do you think that there's a lot of women or men that think they're top tier, and then the average person would be like, nah, motherfucker, you ain't top tier?
Yeah, I think yes. I think there's plenty of people walking around that think they shit don't stink. And everybody else smell it, but they don't smell their own shit. And that's when it really becomes this like male versus female beef, because a woman might see herself a certain way and it pisses the man off, and vice versa. It make us mad when a man walking around thinking he's God's gift to women, and it's not always about physical. It's not always about physical, because a lot of us actually prefer our men to be have a little drop of ugly. I don't want no pretty man. I don't want, so it's not always about looks. What?
In a drop of ugly.
Just a little, you just got a little pinch.
I'm gonna pinch your ass, nigga. But
on my man look like he done lived a look kind of like a hard life a little bit.
So let me ask you this though. So when women or men, like, you're taught self-confidence, right? And you're taught who cares about what people think about you and things of that nature. So if you walk around feeling like your shit don't stink and you bad, in one hand people say have that self-confidence, in the other hand they like, well, you can't be told nothing, you acting like your shit don't stink. Which one is it?
Yeah, I think there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. There's nothing wrong with being confident in yourself or feeling like you looking like something, but it crosses a line of arrogance on how you talk about it and how you carry yourself and how boastful you are. That's what's not attractive. Arrogance is not attractive. It's not attractive for me. Some women might like that dickheadish. I'm not a fan of it.
So, well, what about,
because everybody has flaws.
What about the women that flaunt around and everybody praises them for them talking about, oh, I'm a bad bitch and I don't care what people say about me. Some of the girls who got stomachs that look like balled up homework, and they out there, and then if you say something about them, it's body shaming, right? But they have this, and they're being praised for, oh man, she's being this and she's being that. Like that could be arrogance too, but
it could be.
So that feels like a male female different standard. Because a man do it, he's that, and then a woman doing it, in this woman power
for women, but men say she a bitch or she ain't shit, or that men have so a woman might look at another woman, because truth be told, we like to support each other. And if women aren't doing anything that's like way crossing the line, then 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have Sister Cat back. And vice versa. Men don't like to see women ganging up on other men. Men take it personal when, okay, let's just rewind to a few weeks ago when we was talking about Clay and Meg Thee Stallion. And the women were jumping down Clay's throat. The men were coming to Clay's defense, and vice versa. The women were, none of us know what was happening in their relationship, but we were jumping to their defense. It's men supporting men and women supporting women.
Well, I actually wasn't jumping on anybody's side. I followed.
You was wearing Meg out.
I was following the facts.
You was wearing Meg out.
It didn't have anything to do with Meg or man and woman. I was following the facts.
So would you consider Meg Thee Stallion a top tier woman?
No.
Why?
Because like what she has going isn't an interest for me. So, for example, her money doesn't.
Hold on, you said ambitious. Can we check that box?
Okay. So one thing that I didn't say that I don't like my women flaunting whether it's entertainment or not.
So you actually did say that. You said how she carries herself. So
Yeah.
So that's what would make Meg not be a top tier woman for you.
Yeah, because I don't, I get it for the entertainment, right? But you didn't just wake up like that. Meaning, you didn't just say, "Okay, I'm gonna be an entertainer and I'm gonna show my shit off." No, it's a good chance before you even became an entertainer, that's the way you were. It's a good chance. So no, I don't. That's not my preference. Some men love to have they women out showing all their shit off, and there's like a trophy piece to them, and that's cool. I ain't like hating on what you got going, but for me, I feel like you can be sexy still with a nice fitted dress and heels on, just as well as you can be sexy with a see-through thong showing.
Okay.
So no, that wouldn't be for me.
Would Clay be and what you think women look for in men? Would Clay be a top tier man?
I would have to say no.
Okay, why?
The biggest red flag is how old he is, how much money he's making with no woman.
Oh, okay. How old he is? He's single. He too old to be single.
So every woman's gonna say this because men think the same way. If you see a very attractive woman, she makes a lot of money, she got a lot of shit going on for herself, and then she's single, then it's like, okay, what bullshit do she got? Are her standards too high? Is her like is she too clean? Like they're good women and good men usually just don't be single.
That's fair.
Somebody wants them. Now they might, and here's the thing, they might not want the person that wants them, but why can't they find somebody that wants them?
Yeah. Do you think people's religious beliefs or how close they are to God or where they are and they walk with God influences how they define top tier man or woman?
Absolutely. I think that there's some women and men that if you don't go to church or don't have a close walk with God, that's not where they want to be. They don't want to be in a secular relationship. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody that's going to pray over them. They want somebody that's going to go to church with them. They're going to want somebody that ain't living in that life of sin. So, yeah, I think it 100%. What you think?
I absolutely think so as well. For the same reasons. I also think what you look for in a mate might change if you are in the church. Without having that, if you are trying to get your walk right, you might not be attracted to a certain personality type or, things that you used to do that ain't godly, very worldly activities. You might not be into anymore. And that may actually cross out a characteristic of a top tier mate.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I agree. It's hard, like if you trying to have your walk with God, but then your mate wants to be in the club drinking and smoking every night. Like,
and if as a woman, if one of my top tier qualities was the size of my man's organ, how am I know that? How am I know that? And once I'm in the church, I'm probably not leading with that.
Oh, that's dick, y'all. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is, but
I'm trying to clean up the way I talk.
Yeah. I'll be your alter ego.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be shady.
Shady, okay.
Yeah, because but you did make a hell of a point there though. Like a woman that's trying to abstain from sex and things of that nature due to her religious beliefs, and you got some women who and men who out here looking at dick prints.
Yep.
And that's what they base it upon. Like, I'm gonna talk to this man, and so let me get it straight though. There's nothing wrong with a physical attraction first.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Even in your walk with the Lord, it's okay.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. But where you get in trouble is the end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see it a lot of times. A lot of times with pretty women, because, you know, usually an ugly man or a pretty man, he gonna have a woman. But you see a lot of time with real pretty women that are still single, and you wonder why. And I think it's because they know they're pretty and they've been told they're pretty all their life. They're not willing to date anybody that's ugly or not as attractive as they feel they should be because they're such a pretty person.
Okay.
And then those overly pretty motherfuckers that they dating feel the same way and they getting dogged.
Mm. So they pretty and lonely.
Lonely. Pretty and lonely.
But you know what? I think that's also something that it's common of like to that in that scenario, that woman probably thinks that makes her a top tier woman. So why come a top tier man ain't coming after her?
Yep. Cause you ain't you letting off something that ain't giving me like, for example, and you know, you're my wife, so I'm gonna brag on you. I think you're a very attractive woman, and that ass is nice.
Thank you.
But there's a lot of attractive women with nice asses.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to set yourself apart. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what sets yourself apart is the way you carry yourself, your ambition, and those things. And those are the intangibles that's going to make you a top tier woman. And I think that when you place so much on looks, I mean, looks is a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bonus. But man, I'd rather be with an all right girl that I can actually chill with and have a great time with and love and than a supermodel bitch that I'm miserable with.
But have you always felt that way? Like, is there a characteristic or an attribute of, like, forget that we married, or draw from like just stuff that you don't heard talking to your friends or whatever? Are there characteristics or attributes of women that you thought was very important, but now as you get more experience and you date more women or you get married, you find out that whatever that characteristic was actually didn't matter at all?
I can only speak for me. Not really. Because I've never been one to like let looks be the end all be all. I'm a different person to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you pretty don't mean you can deal with me. And so I think one thing that I have really grown an appreciation from is a woman that is willing to get out and bust her ass too.
Okay.
You know, I think, you know, like, I'm gonna grow up, man. I'm gonna have the money. I'm gonna take care of this woman. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But an underrated characteristic is when you got a woman that believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you say something stupid, like, let's go make a movie and put it in a movie theater. And she says, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to a lot of men and they always tell me, all joking aside, and I ain't trying to blow your head up, but they always tell me how much you support me through everything. And I'm gonna be honest, you know, talking to my fellas, they don't feel like they're getting that support from. So I didn't know how important that was until you actually got it. And then now that really has changed my mindset on, nah, man, like you gotta have that support. That's big.
Is there something that you thought was important that when it came down to it, it wasn't important?
No, because the rest of the stuff is pretty important. So, the only one that I could go is it was looks, but that although it's important for you to be attracted to your mate, it ain't important for you to have the baddest bitch or you know what I'm saying. So that would be the one, but the least one that I thought that I didn't really just care about until I got it was the support. That's the one that really is like that's a non-negotiable now. You know what I'm saying? Like if for some reason me and you was to never be together for ever, 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 never. Like the next woman, if I don't feel the support, and unfortunately, this is kind of not going to be fair for her, but if I don't get the support on the level that you gave me, it's a no go for me, and I'll sacrifice your looks and your money or whatever the fuck you got going on. If you can't support me 100%, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I think qualities that I thought mattered that turned out not to. At least from like what a woman brings to the table, I thought that if you were like the traditional woman, like you catered to your man, I thought that what man wouldn't want that? But I learned that it doesn't matter like if it's the wrong person, it don't matter. It doesn't matter how good of a whatever you are. You can be a hypersexual freak in the bed. You can be Susie Homemaker. You can even gift a motherfucker. Take care of your man, like financially. And the wrong person will look at that shit like it's doo doo.
Yeah, like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So you saying that it don't matter how good you are to the wrong person, it means nothing.
Right. And I think that's like where that comes into play is it's fine if you're going down the path of what you think a top tier man is, means nothing if I don't think that that's what the qualities of a top tier man is.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If I think here's my list, here's a woman that I'm trying to be, and who wouldn't be attracted to that? And your list look completely different than mine, than who I am.
Yeah. I think that and here's the thing. If you think you're a top tier woman and that's your belief and you doing what you do, I'm gonna tell you this though. Stand on that shit. I don't want nobody to change what they feel about themselves. You know, I think you learn through trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, what the feedback is about you and things of that nature, but stand on that shit because
Yep.
And it's
you
all
can be the right woman for the wrong man.
Exactly.
The right man for the wrong woman.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Stand on it.
Yeah.
Stand on what you believe. Stand on.
But also be realistic because everybody ain't top tier. You can be a good woman and be a good man without being top tier. Like top tier is like the upper echelon of the dating pool. And again, I'm gonna say whatever your idea of upper echelon is, that's what it is. But also be real with yourself. You know you got a few bumps and lumps, and or you ain't.
What kind of bumps and lumps? Like herpes?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you be self-aware and like, you know what? Ask yourself, would you want to date yourself?
Hell yeah. So let me ask you this serious question. What separates you from, because you said something there, a good man or woman and upper echelon, because that is intriguing and interesting.
I guess for me, if I'm just being honest, baggage. And baggage comes in multiple forms. children. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna be honest. If I didn't have any children, I wouldn't immediately be running to a man that got kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with no baby mamas. I don't want to feel like I don't want to have to question, do he still love her? I don't still, and that might be childish for me, but
that's not
that
childish.
that's a form of baggage that if I didn't also have that baggage, I don't know that I would be how eager I would be to carry that on. And then emotional baggage. When you haven't healed from something and it like impacts how you carry yourself or how you move, or like if you trust issues, okay, that's emotional baggage that if I'm ranking who's out there in the dating pool, that's gonna put you can still be a good man and have trust issues, but top tier is you damn near perfect for what I consider perfect.
Yeah. So the only thing that I'm probably gonna go against you with is if you have trust issues, I can't put you as a good man or woman for me.
Yeah.
Because that leads to other shit. Arguments.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't trust me, a lot of people, when they don't trust their mate, what do usually do?
They go do some untrustworthy shit.
Exactly.
But that's why I said so that's baggage that would keep you from being top tier for me.
But that's what I was saying. For me,
it would be.
No,
you could be top tier.
No, for me that.
Oh, you're not even a good
for me.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making. Because it comes with too much shit behind it now. Because that's hurt people.
Ooh, talk your shit.
Yeah, and when you hurt and you the first time you
smell something
smell it, and then now if you've dealt with your hurt in the past by getting even and going to fuck somebody else, and I wasn't even on that, and you're doing that just because you were, I don't want to deal with that. Now I do like you a little bit, jealous motherfucker. At least show me you care. Show me you care.
Yeah.
Right. But if it's to the extreme to where like it's overwhelming, then now because I don't and then it makes you question yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, damn,
what am I doing? What am I giving out?
Everything.
Yeah.
And yet you still telling me I ain't shit and I'm doing this and I'm doing I don't got time for that. So for me, for me personally, you're not even in the good category if you're over jealous.
Okay. I like that perspective. I want to go back to something you said earlier, or we touched on earlier, which was like things that are normally considered like green flags, positive checks, but they could also be a red flag. And we talked about confidence versus arrogance. Are there other things that show up as green flags, but people should also watch out for them as being a red flag?
Well, of course, we talked about money a little bit already, so we won't go on that. I guess sometimes I hear women say you could be too friendly.
Oh hell yeah! I hate a friendly ass man. Okay, no, you don't need to be all up in other women's faces, and maybe that's my jealousy coming out or whatever, or insecurity. But you can be friendly, but it does come to a point where you too friendly, where I feel like then it becomes flirtatious.
Yeah.
So friendliness versus being flirtatious.
I think we should do a show on that because that's a whole nother. Because here's the thing: sometimes if a person is very charismatic, right, and they are their genuine selves every time, it sometimes is not even them. It is the vibe that the other person is picking up, but they're the same to everybody, and their intention is not to be flirtatious. Their intention is not, they're being their normal charismatic self, but somebody else is interpreting it a different way. So the girl ain't gonna be in your face, or the guy ain't gonna be in your face if it ain't interpreted that way. So it's a 50-50. Like if you yourself, you yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you can't help every time that, like, if you got a good personality, you can't help that everybody kind of gravitates to you. You just can't help that.
Yeah, you can. You ain't seen that video where it's like how I want my man to talk to other women, and it's this black man who a reporter was coming up to him and just did him like it, just mugged the shit out of him. Yeah. No, don't be. You ain't got to be so goddamn friendly, because here's my, and I don't want to like take away from whatever show we're gonna do in the future, but at the end of the day, unfortunately you have to be aware of what kind of vibe you putting off. And sometimes, because women do gravitate to a charismatic guy. I know, because that's how you got me. Honestly, I was just kind of like, damn, I think I like that nigga. And so if I know that that's what made me, your personality is what made me fall for you, of course I'm gonna be like, why wouldn't another woman, especially nowadays where women don't care if a man's married or not? But that, I also think that's where boundaries come into play. So
that's when it's not fair, though.
What?
So now I feel like you're setting a double standard, because if a man is telling a woman, if my attraction to you, if I feel like I'm attracted to you, and these are some of the things that I'm attracted to you on, and then they tell them that, and it's like, boy, shut up. Like, this is how you got me, or this is how you, and we would be naive to think that another man doesn't. So why do some people not be willing to tone it down with the way they dress and stuff, or the way they carry themselves out? You know what I'm saying? And them vibes that they give off when they out. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, I think it comes down to boundaries, because if I'm dressing away and it gets me attention,
unsolicited.
Yeah, unsolicited attention means nothing if I'm not giving anything back, or I'm not, I don't interact with this person, or I haven't given my phone number out or anything, or I'm not even letting the motherfucker buy me a drink. But if it comes to a point where, on the flip side, you're friendly, you have female friends, not you personally, I just mean in general. If you're an extra friendly guy and you have female friends, then that, if you haven't like established boundaries, that relationship could easily manifest into something more for her, where she gonna press up on you. If I'm not putting myself in a position for a guy to press up on me.
But you are.
How? Because we in the club?
Yeah, well, the way you so my thing is this. Like, you could be having a bad day. Not you per se. You could be having a bad day. You ain't getting no attention from your man. You go out there, and your intention might not have been to go out. Your intention might have been to just go out and be cool. But due to what you got on, right, now motherfuckers is up in your face.
Okay.
And now you're already vulnerable, because you're human. Let's say you're not getting what you need at home or whatnot, and it could be a spat out, whatever the situation is. Now you're in a vulnerable state. And chances are that man wouldn't have even talked on you if you didn't put on that poopla, cow, as Martin would say.
So, okay, we got friendly versus flirtatious. Where would you put that? Carrying yourself versus what?
I would say that's flirtatious.
But what's the so? Maybe you saying what's something you wear it can be flirtatious?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so you telling me red flag.
You ain't never put on something nice? Like, let's say you like the man. Let's say you like me, and I've told you, you know what I'm saying, what I be liking about you. You telling me you've never worn nothing nice to make me, that's flirting. Yeah, like that's a form of flirting.
Oh, okay. So you can go out and not know a person at all and have on your shit, and that's considered flirting.
I mean, if you know that you're finna get that clock on pop 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 blah.
I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that. But we're gonna come back to that. So okay, if the red flag is flirtatious, what's the green flag in that? How you carry yourself or being sexy?
Yeah, like well, in that case, I didn't really think. I thought about the friendly one, motherfucker.
Okay.
You just jumped over. You know what I'm saying? I ain't thought about that one. I was talking about the friendly one. But and the flirtatious one, I think the overly, because here's the thing. You might not be flirtatious, right? But there is a sense of like, damn, do you got any type of personality? You know what I'm saying? And if everything got to be so serious and everything got to be so, like, I love being around you, right? But I'm gonna tell you what I love even more, that I can bring you around my peoples, because you ain't so, you don't walk around with a stick in your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think that's cool. Like my friends, they love you. They like, man, Deanna cool. Like she wanted to do. So, you know, and I know that about you. So like, so it's like you said, it's a balance and it's boundaries.
Yeah.
But like, no, I like, that's the green part about it, because I can really have a good time with you, and you don't walk around with a stick in your ass.
Thank you.
Twirling it.
I'm gonna tell you another one that I think could be, it presents as a green flag, but could also turn into a red flag, is ambition. And so of course people want their significant other to be ambitious. You got to have that go get it kind of attitude. But what happens when it turns into competing within your relationship?
Yeah, I think we had a show like this.
Yeah. So like, ambition is great if it's channeled in the right place. If I then become your competition, that we always trying to one up each other. Like, okay, in some cases that's healthy. If we one upping each other on anniversary presents, like keep trying to do that. If we trying to one up each other in our fitness goals, but if we trying to one up each other in like career aspirations, or it turns ugly, where then all of a sudden, if I'm better than you at something, then you upset or you're no longer supportive, then that's where I think ambition can be a red flag.
Yeah, that's bitch assness to me.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you where ambitions can also be another red flag.
What's that?
When your ambitions become greater than your mate.
Yeah, the workaholics.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. So it's funny. I heard somebody say the other day, well, I don't know, it was on Facebook. I've been on Facebook. So, but it was like, the reason why women don't find the working men and all that, because they want them there 24/7.
I saw that. That was a comedian who he made a joke about that shit.
Yeah. The men that y'all want is at work, motherfucker. So I can't be there for you 24/7 and in your face 24/7, catering to your every need. And you want me to go out and get to, which one do you want me to do? Fucking one you want me to do. But in the same sense, if you get to a point where you're willing to put your woman on the back burner to chase your dreams and your ambitions, it ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to find something to where, if you're gonna be ambitious and super ambitious to the point where it's gonna be take up all your time, you better take her with you.
Yeah.
Because you're leaving yourself vulnerable to you. While you think you're out doing the right thing and being ambitious, she has her needs and wants, and then that's how it always starts. He out working, doing his thing, doing this, doing that, and he's doing it for y'all. But now she's being depleted somewhere else emotionally, and then she's talking to this nigga because her emotions are like, man, gone. And then shit happens, and then this nigga come home and he like, man, I'm all that shit I'm out there doing for you and doing this shit, bitch, you cheating on me, blah, 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 blah. But he missed the signs that, now don't get it twisted, some bitches just ain't shit. Fuck them hoes. But sometimes there are signs.
Marcus, who hurt you?
Nobody hurt me.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking.
But there are signs that where you might see that your woman is like, well, damn, like I understand you trying to get it for us, baby, but don't forget about me.
Yeah, I think that goes back to communication. But like you said, some people just ain't shit. And there's as many as ain't shit men in the world, there's a lot of ain't shit women in the world as well. And that's a lot of women say they want a hardworking man. You can't check every single box. I think you asked me earlier what's a misconception. I think that is a misconception. There's no way that you can work all the time and give your woman all of your attention, because how can you do that?
You can't.
It's impossible. And so at some point, women and men have to figure out a priority list. What's more important? Because I guarantee you, if the same woman who saying her man work too much, let that man stop working.
Mm-hmm.
Now he a bum.
Bum ass nigga. I had to buy this nigga some underwear.
Right. And so I mean, I do also think that there is a fine balance too. But like what kind of life do you want to live?
Yeah.
And if I'm not a entrepreneur with a very successful business, or I got some crazy degree that allows me to make a lot of money without putting in a lot of time, like I'm probably gonna have to put in a lot of time. And I think sometimes what people are looking for, they're looking for unicorns. And I don't know if you know this or not, but unicorns are not real.
No, I seen one.
You saw one? Okay, then they're rare, because I've never seen one.
Cool, yeah. You just don't be.
I don't be in the right places. Okay. But dinosaurs ain't real.
No,
they never existed.
Hey man,
you say so. Wait a minute.
Yes.
You know what? We just gonna talk
real,
about that.
Dinosaurs are not. Yes.
I'm not gonna do this with you tonight.
Yes.
Not. But I do think people need to also have realistic expectations on their mates. Like the attributes and characteristics that you're looking for, they need to be realistic. And when you saying that's what you want, you have to be realistic on if that's something you deserve, or if that the person who possesses those qualities, do you possess qualities that will make them want you?
Yep. And I want you to be realistic on if that's what you want. You need to be realistic on what comes with what you want.
Yes, it could carry a price tag.
It does. Ain't shit for free. What they say, ain't no such thing as a free lunch.
Yeah, but that's not true.
Yeah, but there ain't.
I eat for free all the time. No, that's true. I do gotta.
Somebody gotta pay some way.
I gotta pay in some way.
Yeah, damn right. You gonna pay. But even then, like when I had free lunch at school, I wasn't ashamed. All niggas was trying to ask me for my code so they could get the free lunch. And then the nerve of my mom and dad to try to make more money. And then I got moved to reduce lunch. And then by the time I was a junior in high school, I was paying full price.
Crazy.
That ain't shit. They were messing up my business.
The nerve of them to try to give you a better life.
Like, man. Next time you see Charlotte and Nathaniel, you give them that feedback for me.
Actually, I'm just going to play them the last part of this episode.
Damn snitch. Damn snitch.
Yeah. I'm very proud of my mama as she moved on up like the Jeffersons. I'm very proud of my mama. I wouldn't take a thing back. Her success was worth them free lunches.
Did y'all get y'all free lunch taken away?
Yeah.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
Oh man. Like I always want to be like, was your mama a glass maker? And I can't say that to you.
Exactly.
I hate that.
I'm sorry.
Now I gotta think of something else. But I don't know. I don't really make jokes on my best friend no more.
You just said something about her yesterday, Marcus.
What I said
when I was on the phone with my sister.
What I said about
my sister said something about you and you said your mama.
Yeah, but I was on the phone with her.
Yeah. That's still making a joke about her.
No, I'm saying, but that's just me joking with my best friend.
Anyways, we're out in. We need to wrap this thing up.
I ain't got no condom. Oh, the show. Got you.
I kept saying that like somebody who's silly and funny, that's on my list. That's top tier for me. I don't know. I was gonna ask you, is there something that you thought was important and then you later found out it ain't that important? I think maybe that's it. I think that might be it for me because you play too much.
You get that stick out your ass.
You play too much.
No, you got some nerve.
I'm serious.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
You always, hey, I'm just gonna let y'all know if you on this live, Deanna's probably made a joke about you.
You now who a damn snitch? Knock your ass.
Woo!
But okay, we had like comments tonight, and so I do want to say, if y'all watch the show, what would you add? Like, what makes a woman or a man top tier to you? Because obviously, we have our opinions, and some might agree with him. I think he right or whatever. Some I disagree, and I'm sure there's plenty of men and women that have different opinions about that shit. So yeah, y'all drop.
Marcella said you do. We talk about death.
Huh?
Marcella said.
He said, damn, for real. Marcella's not be talking shit about him.
Yeah.
I said to his face.
Yeah. Now, so as we wrap it up, I like to always end with like if we learn something or if anything changed. And my opinion hasn't changed at all tonight. It is basically defining the top tier man or woman. I think that's gonna be perception. I think that's gonna be how you feel. My thing is this: the feedback that I would leave is don't let nobody else determine if you're a top tier man or woman. You determine that. You decide your own fate. If you feel you're a top tier man or woman, now caveat, like you said, you need to have some realistic expectations. Yeah. I was about to say tooth too. So if you one of them girls and you got 2 teeth in your mouth and one hanging on by a string, you ain't top tier, baby. You don't even brush your teeth.
You might be to a nigga that ain't got no teeth at all.
That's true.
Damn, that bitch look good. She got 2 motherfucking teeth.
Well, one more tooth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't let nobody change whether you think you top tier or not, but have realistic expectations about yourself. But in the end, it's all opinion, it's all a perception. And one person might think you top tier, the next person might think you average, the next person might think you ain't shit. So this is a very opinionated question. That's where my thoughts started, and that's where they ended.
Okay. Oh, my turn.
Yeah,
I agree with you. But I feel like this was set up to be an opinion kind of thing, and it was to share different perspectives on what other people think is top tier for the gender that they looking for. I think one thing that I learned tonight was some things that you thought made a woman top tier. Because here I am thinking that just having some good pussy like reeled your ass in. And then taking good care of the kids and like being motherly, but damn.
Well, those were a lot of things, but the pussy part. Let's go back to that. I got 2 hands and I'm ambidextrous. Have you seen me dribble with my left hand? You think I can't whack it with my left hand?
I was just joking. I never thought you was with me because of sex, but yeah.
I mean,
now. I also say, I'll reiterate that you could be a top tier woman for the wrong man and a top tier man for the wrong woman. And don't lower your standards. If that's what you say you want, then go get it. But also make sure that if you have high standards, you got to have high attributes. You can't have low attributes and have high expectations. You got to bring something to the table.
So said, don't be walking around with beers in your hand trying to get the finest wine, bitch.
I ain't say that.
Oh.
Close enough, though. Close enough.
Oh, I want to end up with, and it's bad to end up with this, I really enjoyed those kids.
Yeah, they were hilarious. I'm looking forward to doing another one.
I am so a couple parents, and I don't know if they watch this, if they still gonna let their kids come do.
Oh, it wasn't that bad tonight. We was toned down tonight.
Yeah, well, I wasn't, but I never am. So, but the way I handled those kids,
I was very proud of you.
But you know how I am.
I know how you are with kids,
you know
but sometimes you like to put on a show. And I had to make sure.
Nah, not with no kids. I'm not. I have morals and ethics. That's why I'm not going to put on no show and be cussing in front of no kids.
You have cussing. Oh, okay. Hey, because I don't see you cuss at kids on when you was coaching them.
No, I wasn't cussing at them. I was cussing them out. They didn't do what the hell they supposed to do.
Okay, you're right.
I'm motivating them.
Oh, okay.
I'm motivating them to do better.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Something smells good in there. You cooking?
Yeah.
Well, it's time to go eat. We out.
Yeah.
About to go watch the game too. I need to put my bed in before halftime. We need some money. We broke.
I'm not broke. Don't be speaking it on me.
Welcome to the greatest podcast. Go argue with your mama. It's 2 Moors in a Pod starring Marcus and Deanna. You might just hear some drama. We all a little off kilter.
But what you ain't gonna find around this bitch here is a filter. So put the kids to bed
before you get comfy and cozy. This is rated MA.
Mature audiences only.
We keep it real, especially in a room full of phonies.
From the mill to a mill. That's a bar.
With my homies.
From a mill to the mill.
From the mill, y'all should listen to.
From the mill to a mill.
I got some peoples from the mill, y'all should listen to. And I'm so raw, just let a dick get ahead of you. I got some
what would yours
from the
be?
mill, y'all should listen to.
Preston Taylor to Preston Geek.
I never listened to Preston Taylor.
Mill, y'all should listen to.
Well, we're gonna pick up a good bar for you like that.
Okay.
We'll see y'all Thursday, man. I'm hoping Thursday will be the show. Big Chad Reed come on the show, but we're gonna get him on here soon, man. That boy ripping things up right now, man. He hiding in the streets, man.
Marcellus a Spurs fan?
Yeah.
Or he just don't like the Knicks?
Nah, he a Spurs fan. He always been one of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got family in Texas or something like that.
Okay.
The show over, girl. Bye.
Bye.